And we are live. What's good? It's your man DL Saint. Welcome to the DL Saint I Really Want to Know podcast. How y'all feeling? Happy Hump Day is Wednesday. Y'all know what it is. I'm checking my setup, making sure it's good. It's good. Let me turn that down. We are live and popping, y'all. Yeah, man. Happy Wednesday. I hope everything's going good. I really do. I'm trying to keep this hustle going, keeping it going. I jumped on for a quick segment about Andrew Tate last night. He did he put up a video last night. I did a quick review on that. Had to react to that real quick and throw my little 5 cents in. And here we are today. Want to get up here and keep it rocking. I saw this thing today. I was just kind of doing research, going through YouTube. This was before I even started reading articles. In fact, I got to read some articles today, probably when I'm waiting for my daughter. And I came across this thing about body count. It's a video. We're going to react to it. We have it here as well. It's like a bunch of women there, handful of women. There's other women who are trying to guess, basically match up body count to the person that they're looking at. So the producers gave them a bunch of cards. Their body count, like their numbers, like 26, 0, 1, 8, 12, whatever, which are the actual body counts of the women who are participating in the in this particular project. And there's a woman who's looking at women and trying to say, okay, you're the one with 26 body counts. You're the one with 0. You're the one with 1. You're the one with this. So we're going to look at that in a second. But it got me to thinking. I mean, there's a lot of people out there talking about body count, and what they mean by body count is how many sexual partners you've had. And is that a good thing or a bad thing, or is it a net neutral thing? Is it good for women? Is it good for men? So we'll just start off with my personal take on body count. You know what I'm saying? Being an old head, body count wasn't a thing. That wasn't something that was discussed. It's not something we sat around and we talked about. It just wasn't, my personal take, when I was out there as a young man, I didn't believe that there were a lot of virgins. I did not. If you had to tie me down to a number, I would say maybe 1 in 3 women might be a virgin or something like that. And as I got older, that number went down. So when I was a young dude, when I was in my young 20s, it's like, I don't, and the circles that I were running in, like the places that places that I would frequent, the women that I would encounter, be it at the mall, be it at a club, be it at the, hanging out in the park, be it going to somebody's barbecue, whatever it was. I was just like, I don't think the women are, I don't think that there's, too many virgins out here. That was my personal thought on that. Brother Roz is in the house. What's good, man? What's good? Let me find my little air horn and get things going like we always do. Shout out to you, brother. Brother Roz is in there. Shout out to you. Thank you. I'm rooting for your success, brother DL. I caught an old video about the Black Nerd Experience. You're good at. Hey, man, appreciate that, bro. I'm trying, man. I am trying. I'm gonna continue to move in these different bubbles, bro. I got some. I'm working on a show right now. I want to do a show about medical research and where it is today. The blend of tech to humans now, right? Like with medical implants and stuff like that, like what's going on. I want to do a show on that because it's fucking fascinating, bro, what they got going on out there right now. It's insane. Is my camera crooked? Let me turn this thing this way. No? Maybe? All right, we'll do it like that. So yeah, bro, I'm gonna keep doing it, man. Thanks for the support, man. I really appreciate it. We got to link up and do that show, man. I want to talk about, like you're a teacher, bro. Like you're, you know what I mean? Like what teachers are just like the salt of the earth, man. Like what teachers do is amazing. And like, I really want to get a take on how that dynamic has changed. Like what's going on in the schoolrooms. I'm down here in Florida. Teachers are leaving Florida. You know what I mean? Like birds going north. You feel me? They are running out of here, man. Because because of what's going on politically, what's going on in the state capitol, what the governor is putting out. I think I want to say this: the teacher shortage is between 5,000 and 9,000 teachers short in the state of Florida. I might have to do a show on it. My brother Jay Swan sent me some stuff on that, man. It's bad down here, bro. It's really bad down here. And my daughter's in middle school, and we're in a really good school district, a very highly sought out school district. And they're having struggles, man. They're having struggles. It's not like when I was in school. So I'm definitely want to get your take on it. Let me, while I'm thinking about it, copy the clipboard. We're gonna be talking about body count, guys, and I am going to right now drop the link in case anybody wants to get in on this conversation. Hopefully we'll have some young ladies to jump on here and want to talk about body count, because I am, like I said, I want to continue giving my take about it. So when we were coming up, body count didn't really matter. Honestly, we didn't talk about it. We just didn't. I've never been with a virgin in my life. Never. You feel me? It's not something that I was, seeking. It just didn't. In my mind, it's just like there are none. There are no virgins. You know what I mean? These women are out here in the game. They're getting it. I'm not the first. But it wasn't one of those things where I would sit around and be like, yo, baby, how many guys you been with? I never did that. Right? It was, and I never will. I don't care. But it's definitely, how can I put this? If a woman were to tell me that she's been with, I don't know, 100, 200, 300 men, I'm not going to take that woman serious. I might, depending on how fine she is, I might continue to blow her back out or whatever, but I'm not going to take her serious. That's just one of the things just kind of going on. Brother Roz, I'll send you my number on your IG, and we can link up so I can research what you want to delve into. I don't want to look to sound uninformed. Oh, cool. Appreciate that, bro. And you never sound uninformed, man. I mean, you're a subject matter expert, man. You're in the trenches, bro. What do I know? You're the one in the trenches. You're the one dealing with the parents. You're the one dealing with the school board. You're the one dealing with the unions and what have you, because you're in the Northeast. I mean, there has to be so many elements to stuff that you're dealing with as a teacher. And I'm just wondering what gets in the way of actually teaching. And one of the things that, you're a brother, you're a man, right? And we're in a time where we're missing male leadership. We're missing men. We don't have men leaders out there where we need them, and we definitely need them in school. So keep doing what you're doing, bro. I'm gonna definitely hit you up, and I appreciate all the support, man. I really do, man. Brother Roman's in the house. What's good? Oh, ladies, your body counts matter, so don't tell us. Your actions will show us over time. Absolutely, and that's what I was getting to. I don't have to ask you your body count, right? And then people are like, well, is there a number? Like, I never really gave it a thought, but if we go places, and every place we go, there's someone I know that knows you really well, if you know what I mean. Everywhere we go, there's somebody who has, did they thing with you. You know what I'm thinking?
Oh, that's nasty.
That's what I'm thinking. And I'm like, all right, I'll continue blowing your back out. I ain't taking you nowhere with me. I'm only going to take you to hood stuff. I'll take you to side chick events, right? I'll take you to chicken head events. I'm not going to take you around my top tier folks. I'm not. That's embarrassing. So that's my take on body count. Like, does it matter? Yes, it matters. Is that something that I'm actively looking for? No, I'm not actively asking you anything. But just like women run shit tests on men will be running shit tests. These top tier guys are running shit tests on women. If I meet you in certain places, that's part of it. Like, okay, she frequents this kind of joint. Okay. We go over to this place. Oh, she knows people here too. Okay. You know what I mean? Oh, we going over here. She know people over here too. Okay. Oh, that's my dude right there. I rock with that cat. Yo, B, what's up with her? Oh, man, she good people, man. She kind of cool. I mean, but for real though, what's up with her? Oh, yeah, man. She about that life, cuz. She about that, cuz-o. We have fun, bro. It is what it is. All right, cool. Good looking out. Men talk. Top tier guys talk. And it's not a bragging kind of thing neither. You just gotta, hey man, what's up with her? Oh yeah. I smashed, my man smashed. She's cool and all, but that's her thing. Perfect. So women, it matters. Body count matters. So I was kind of going through doing my normal thing, and y'all know my go-to is Fresh and Fit. Fresh and Fit had Rollo Tomasi on, and they were talking about this very thing, right? And I'm like, man, you know what? I can't just keep going to the same source. Let me see if I can find some other information out there on this topic. You know what I mean? It's lazy of me to just keep running to my guys because they've already done it. That's just lazy, right? And we ain't lazy over here. We trying to put in the work over here. Miss AKA Lady is in the house. What's good? What's good? We're talking about body count. We're talking about does it matter for women? And then, and the last thing I'll say about body count, when it comes to men, are men looked down on for having high body counts? No, they're not. In fact, if you a dude that's been with a lot of women, you a stud, right? You an alpha, you a beast. You know what I mean? Because it is really hard for men to get sexual access from women. It's tough. It's tough. So if you're a guy that is able to do that, you're looked highly upon because that's hard to do. Now, the opposite of that for women is real easy for women to get sex. And I think we can all pretty much agree. It's just real easy for women to get sex. It's not a big thing. They can literally just walk outside and fall on a joystick. Just walk outside like, who want this Foxy Brown? And dudes will just come running. So it's real easy to do that. Brother Rummer's like 3 or 4 or Wendy's 4 for 4 type of girl. Yeah. And this is real. Ladies, y'all want to know what dudes be talking about, how dudes are thinking. Just going to give you a little insight today. Right. So yeah, it's not the same. Like I've never met a woman that would say negative things about a guy that they suspected had a high body count. Suspected. You know what I mean? Some women would even know, like, yeah, that guy smashed 3 women in this crew, 2 women in that crew, smashed a couple of my family members, and now I'm with him. And they'll be proud to have him. And her family will be like, ooh, you got you a good one. So everyone looks at men who can get sexual access differently than they look at women who has way too much sexual access. So, body counts don't work the same. Sister Tia Kiki is in the house. What's good? Like the video, appreciate that. You were talking about body counts, right? So I was out here, just kind of doing a little research, trying to find some articles. Miss AKA Lady says, depends on the woman. I don't want to walk into a room with the man that has slept with half the room. Too many STDs, but I know we're supposed to be okay with it though. But I don't get it. It's like, hey, I don't make the rules. It is what it is. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Like the manosphere, the red side of the internet will say that, women want a man that other women want to be with and other men want to be. Right. So, it kind of goes with the territory. And the thing is, when you're with a guy who is experienced like that sexually, the women in the room that he smashed, they're going to keep their mouth shut. Right. Especially if they're top tier women. Right. If they're looked upon as high class women, they're going to keep their mouth shut. They will keep that secret. They're not going to let on that they smashed that guy, that they smashed your guy, because they're sitting there with a top tier dude. They don't want him to know that guy over there smashed their woman. So it's kind of, it's really hard. If you were to do to somebody, I done banged all these chicks, whatever, he's probably lying. You know what I mean? Like, why even bring that up? He's probably lying. You know what I mean? If he walks into a room and just start pointing at girls and like, patting them on their butts and trying to, do that Playboy shit, then yeah, you got the wrong one, shorty. Move on. You know what I mean? Like, hey man, I got a headache. I got to go. Or I'll take you home, baby. Now I got to Uber. I'm going to holler at you later. Move on. But if you stay with that guy, you can't cry about it. You know what it is. You know what it is. You know what I mean? So let's do a share on this screen. I found an article, which is from the IFS, the Institute for Family Studies. These are people who study this sort of thing. A lot of big words coming, y'all. A lot of big words. And so I want to put this up and share this with y'all. And we can kind of get into it. I tell you what, when I read this, it was, a little bit eye-opening. And again, the only reason I'm reading this is because this is such a hot topic, right? So this particular article was done October 22nd, 2018. Does sexual history affect marital happiness? I'm not going to read the whole thing. It's written by Nicholas H. Wolfinger. I assume he is some sort of academic. I didn't see any letters in front of or behind his name, but I'm sure if we look him up, he's probably some sort of academic, social scientist or something like that. So I thought this was pretty fascinating. There's just a couple things we're going to read. We're not going to read the whole thing. Like, this is a pretty in-depth study, but we'll read a little bit. And like the first, they kind of state their points right up front. So we'll just start there. The 1960s changed premarital sex. Prior to the sexual revolution, unmarried heterosexual sex partners tended to marry each other, sometimes motivated by a shotgun pregnancy. And a shotgun pregnancy for your youngins, right? Shotgun weddings were like you messing with some girl, you get her pregnant, and they basically get a shotgun to make you stand up there next to her and get married, because you gonna be happy and be married to this child when she has your child. So shotgun weddings was like a thing, for a while. You might still even get that kind of pressure now. They don't use a shotgun, maybe they use Glocks, I don't know. But that's what they're referring to. Shotgun weddings, shotgun pregnancy. In more recent decades, first sex usually does not lead to marriage. And he's talking about like now, in most recent decades, first time you have somebody sexually is probably not going to be the person you marry. But back in the day, my grandparents' day and before, normally the first person or the second person you had sex with is probably the person you're going to marry. And then they talk about the charge. Figure 1 shows the odds of having only one lifetime sex partner have declined over the 20th century for married Americans. The biggest declines occurred for people born between 1920s and the 1940s, the latter of whom came to age during the sexual revolution of the 1960s. Since then, the chances of having only one lifetime sex partner, or less often marrying a virgin, have held steady for married women at around 40%, and have actually inched up in the past couple of cohorts for married men. This is consistent with broader trends in men's sexual behavior. The 40% figure is similar to what I found using a different data set, the National Survey of Family Growth. For women marrying before the start of the new millennium, the number is somewhat lower for recent marriages. And so I was kind of stuck on I was like, the way that he worded this, I'm like 40%. So what he's saying is today, in 2018, when he wrote this article, there was a 40% chance that the woman that you are marrying is a virgin. That's what he's saying. So 60% of the women back then had premarital sex and were not virgins. So he was saying that. And I looked at the second data set he was talking about. Right. And this is, again, Institute of Family Studies, counterintuitive trends for the link between premarital sex and marital stability. And so this is the research he was referring to. Like, the American sexual behavior is much different than it used to be. Today, most Americans think premarital sex is okay and will have 3 or more sexual partners before marrying. What, if anything, does premarital sex have to do with marital stability? This research brief shows that the relationship between divorce and the number of sexual partners women have prior to marriage is complex. I explored a relationship using data from the 3 most recent waves of the National Survey of Family Growth, collected in 2002, 2006 to 2010, 2011 to 2013. That's where he got the data sets from, that National Survey of Growth, for women marrying since the start of the new millennium. Right. And so what he was basically saying, the top 3 data points: women with 10 or more partners were the most likely to divorce. But this only became true in recent years. So women with 10 or more sexual partners prior to marriage were more likely to get divorced. Women with 3 to 9 partners were less likely to divorce than women with 2 partners. Right. And the final cohort, women with 0 to 1 partners, were the least likely to divorce. Now, on the red pill side of the world, you hear this sort of stuff all the time. Right. And this pegs right to body count. Right. Pegs right to body count. Sister Tia, she's like, my ex cheated on me and I found pictures of the evidence. I wanted him even more after finding out. Damn. Thanks for sharing. Definitely felt the competition to do better than her, if I'm being honest with myself. Damn, for real. Hey, thank you for being honest. Wow. I never would have thought of that. Wow. Brother Raj, I want to hear more. She's talking about Sister Tia. Yeah, thank you, Tia, Kiki. Thank you so much for sharing. I mean, appreciate it. And that's why I love having this platform. And you guys are going back and forth. I'll get back to reading those a little bit later. So we see that there are studies out there, and they're talking about, how things were in the 1920s and 40s, and then it seems that the game changer came with the sexual revolution in the 60s. Dr. B is in the house. What's good, bro? Welcome. The topic today, man, is should people care about body count? And we're talking about body count, and I'm just looking at some data that I was able to find online that talks about the correlation between higher body counts and marriage stability. We just got started, so you didn't miss pretty much. I just went over a couple articles that I was reading, and this is coming from the Institute for Family Studies. So, and then the after the first portion of this particular study, the results of this study, this particular gentleman is saying that this was 2018 when this article came out, there was a 40% chance that the woman that you are marrying is a virgin. So it's a 60% chance that she isn't. So they're talking about premarital sex and how the effects it has on marriages. And then, it has some charts and graphs and stuff like that. I will definitely be linking this. Let me do it now. I'll put this so you guys can save it or whatever and look at it yourself. Copy. I'll just paste this into the chat. Paste. There it is. You guys can check out this study on your own. Be sure to click on the blue words because they link to other studies, right? So it continues. How have our marriages been affected? In an IFC blog post from 2 years ago, I wrote about the relationship between premarital sex partners and the probability of divorce. Survey respondents who tied the knot as virgins had the lowest divorce rate. Okay. But beyond that, the relationship between sexual biography and marital stability was less clear. Having multiple partners generally doesn't increase the odds of divorce any more than having just a few does. And I thought that was interesting, but it continues. The current post extends this research by examining a relationship between premarital sex partners and marital happiness. The obvious prediction for many IFS blog readers may well be that multiple premarital sex partners lead to unhappy marriages, but the relationship probably isn't that clear cut. Marital happiness and divorce aren't always as intertwined as they might seem. A clarifying example is the family demography of the Great Depression, right? Pervasive financial hardship made marriages less happy, yet the divorce rate fell because divorce and single living seemed unaffordable. That makes sense. A high conflict but intact family of origin increases the odds of having disputations marriage, but not the likelihood of divorce. All this resource suggests that the effects of one's premarital sexual biography on marital happiness may not closely follow the findings outlined in my previous post. So, and I get that, it's not 100% sexual. There's other factors going to come into play here, right? Like, well, how much money you're making, what's the society's like, what's going on, outside pressures and stimuli and all this other kind of stuff, right? That makes sense to me. That makes sense. So, but yeah, you know what I mean? And brother Dr. B is like, let me grab some popcorn and see what's going on here. And then Tia and also was talking to brother Rod, like and thank you again, Tia, for sharing, like keeping it 100. I truly, really appreciate that. Miss AK, if women are encouraged to be loose and women are encouraged to inspire for marriage, then who are the women supposed to marry? That's a good point. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of this is just people don't have all the information, man. Like they're being empowered, be independent, be all this, be the boss babe or whatever. Okay, that's fine. But it comes with consequences, it seems to me. And these are just studies that are saying, hey, man, this is what we're seeing. You know what I mean? Do what you're going to do, but this is what we're seeing. Previous research indeed suggests a complex story between premarital sex partners and marital quality. Psychologists Galina K. Rose and Scott M. Stanley found that the study respondents who had sex with other people prior to marriage reported lower quality unions compared to couples who slept just with each other. Multiple sex partners prior to marriage reduced marital quality for women, but not men. Wow. And you hear that said on the manosphere side all the time, but I've never seen it backed up in any kind of study. Wow. Multiple sex partners prior to marriage reduce marital quality for women, but not men. Among similar lines, sociologist Jay Techman showed that premarital sex between future spouses didn't make divorce more likely, but sex with other people did. A study from the 1980s reported similar findings. So they're saying simply because you had sex with your future husband before you got married, that's not going to lead to an increase in possibly being divorced or whatever, or erode the quality of the marriage. But if you smashed other people, including your husband, prior to getting married, that could have a negative impact on that. And then he also did a study. Let me see if I can find it. Not this one. I think it was this one. Yeah. So premarital sex, premarital cohabitation, and the risk of subsequent marital dissolution among women. And then his abstract statement, using nationally represented data from the 1995 National Survey of Family Growth, I estimate that the association between intimate premarital relationships, premarital sex, and premarital cohabitation and subsequent marriage dissolution. I extend previous research by considering the relationship histories pertaining to both premarital sex and premarital cohabitation. I found that premarital sex or premarital cohabitation that is limited to a woman's husband, right, just that one person, is not associated with an elevated risk in the marital disruption. However, women who have more than one intimate premarital relationship have an increased risk of marital dissolution. These results suggest that neither premarital sex nor premarital cohabitation by itself indicate either pre-existing characteristic or subsequent relationship environments that weaken marriages. Indeed, the findings are consistent with the notion that premarital sex and cohabitation limited to one's future spouse has become part of the norm courtship process for marriage. So if you back in the day, for my parents, my grandparents and beyond, premarital sex was like a no-no. It was frowned upon and everybody was real religious back then. That was like a big no-no. No premarital sex. Even with the person you plan on marrying, right? Your wedding night's supposed to be the first night you have sex with that person and y'all supposed to be virgins and this and that. Now, that's not the case, as we all know, right? We're talking about body count since the 1960s, women burning their bras and sexual freedom and all this stuff that we got going on now. And these people are saying that the higher number, the higher body count can in fact lead to more divorces. And these are the smart people. This isn't me saying it. These are the smart people. Brother Roz, I don't think we're necessarily encouraged. My dad and mom told me not to be out there. I think our country and or USA culture perpetrates for men to get numbers, right? Perpetrates for men to get numbers. Act Eyes is in the house. What's good, brother? Welcome. We over here talking about body count. We already, and how that, and if that affects your ability to have a healthy marriage. But I just thought that these things were pretty. I thought that, these numbers, this study was pretty good. I'm trying to find my place again. The current position. Okay, I think I read that already. Yep, I read that already. So we're down here. Previous research indeed suggested complex story between premarital sex and marital equality. I read that too. So we're down here. Rose and Stanley offer two explanations. So they go into, it's like some empirical stuff and all that, what they were talking about. But there was one piece in this paragraph here. And it's like the speculative side is their notion that having multiple partners increases awareness of spousal alternatives. It's evidence for the proposition that the divorce rate increases in regions with more single people. In other words, we're always willing to consider alternatives to our current mates, right? By implication, our marriages suffer when we make more comparisons, right? So basically, if you out there, you have a lot of partners, and okay, I done met some guys who were good. I met some guys who were bad. I done met some guys in the middle, and I get married to a guy who's like on the bad part. You know that there are more dudes out there. You know there's better dick out there. And I think that's what I take away from this. And you easily get divorced, right? We haven't even got into, the benefits of said divorce for women versus men. You know what I mean? And you get to go out there and go find better sex if that's what you're looking for. You can go out there and go find that happiness that you're missing in your current relationship. So these smart people are saying it's better, lower body counts are better for marriages that work. Right. So it's just, man, the more choices you have, living in a place with single people, you're always willing to consider your alternatives, right? And that ties into hypergamy, right? We've talked about hypergamy. Everyone's heard about that. If you're on this part of YouTube or wherever you're out there, we've talked about it on Suzette Speaks, Fresh and Fit, Rolo Tomasi. Everybody's talked about hypergamy. It is what it is. And that's what they're talking about. So, and I just thought that was weird. And like we were saying before, men, if a man knows your body count and if it's high, he's not going to take you serious. I don't think he's going to take you seriously. You know what I mean? Brother Ack was saying there's a marriage fee for entry when it comes to men. Again, men, ladies, the bottom line is this: don't tell nobody about your body count. Lie about it. So there was also a report in here that was talking to, we saw that already. We were talking about the numbers. This isn't the one. We saw the numbers earlier, right? This different data set when they were talking about, how many. And I just wanted to go back to this. Women with 10 or more partners were the most likely to divorce. 10 or more partners. Most people today were like 10 is a low number. That's not even high. Women with 10 or more partners prior to marriage were most likely to divorce. What's the divorce rate? Right? We know that. It's almost 50%. And then of the 50% of people who are still married, what's the happiness rate? I know tons of people that don't get married because it costs so much. And that goes to what they were saying, how the dynamic was in the Great Depression. You can't afford to get divorced. So what does that stem to? That kind of rotates into this poly lifestyle, or, going out here doing whatever, which is crazy. But 10 or more partners more likely to divorce. Women with 3 to 9 partners were less likely to divorce than women with 2 partners. So you see, the lower the number goes, the less likely the women want to divorce. Who initiate most divorces in America? Women. Somewhere between 70 and 80%, depending on what data set you use. Between 70 and 80% of the divorces are initiated by women. So it seems to be that there's a direct tie to the amount of sexual partners you have and your ability to be happy in a marriage, a monogamous marriage. That's crazy. That's crazy. And again, if y'all want to look at the studies, man, I put it in the chat. Y'all can go click on it and read it at length. You know what I mean? Because I didn't read all of it. You know what I mean? I just kind of hammered on to the good stuff. They got into the weeds, of course, like all reports do. And since I'm not an academic, it does me no good to go through hacking through all that data, right? So there's a video that I wanted to share with you guys to react to, and this was on Just Pearly Things, and they were talking about body count as well. And mind you, this is filmed in the UK. I want to say they're in London, and Pearl is, an American Caucasian. This particular show, everybody on the show was of color. mostly what we would call black. And then there was a woman who was, I want to say maybe she was Spanish or something like that, like from Spain, maybe Italian or something. She has an accent, but her accent is mixed with the English accent, so I can't quite tell where she's from. But she's definitely of color when you look at her. But those are the only two. Everyone else in the room is black. And they were talking about this. They were talking about body counts and stuff like that, and how men view women with higher body counts. So let's get this all shared up so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Cool Auntie Shock. Boom, boom. Doris CB. So there's Pearl. This is just Pearly Things. Go over there and give her a subscribe. Check her out. Like she's heavy in the red pill side. She's part of the manosphere. She's heavy on that. She's one of the women. It's a growing number of women who are going out here taking red pill tenets and giving their take on it and telling young women and telling other women like, maybe there's something to all this red pill stuff. So let's check out this part of the video. Brother Act Ozzy, in my opinion, men who marry women with high body counts are already lower quality men. Hence, it's just destined to fail. Hey, man, I can't knock that. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, in America, man, here's the thing. Like, you're not going to know for sure what the body count is. Then if you lose control of your emotions, you fall for the wrong person, man, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. And most, like I said, men, I said this on Suzette Speaks platform. Men love for real. When a man falls in love with you, ladies, he's really in love with you. Right? He'll simp for you. He'll do all that stuff because you're his woman. He wants to marry you. He wants you to have his children. He wants to provide the best that he can for you. He wants you to be happy. He truly will love you. Disney fairy tale 100% for men. The problem is if they let those emotions out on the wrong type of woman, it will cost them. It will cost them. What did Andrew Tate say, man? The last thing you want to do to a woman is be boring. You don't want to be boring. Women to tell you that. She'll start looking for excitement somewhere else. So, keep that in mind. I hear what you're saying, brother Act Ozzy. Dr. B, men love idealistically and women love opportunistically. That's it. Shout out to Rollo Tomasi. Thanks, bro, because I was trying to remember it. Shout out to Rollo Tomasi. Shout out to Myron Gaines, Fresh and Fit. We hear it all the time over there. And I absolutely agree with that. And there's nothing wrong with that. I don't think there's anything wrong with hypergamy. But as a man, you need to understand these things so you can move accordingly. So let's check out the video.
Liked girls who have had high body counts. I have.
But how did you know they had high? Did you ask them? Or?
Well, they happen to be honest with me. And I take their word for it because it's not a number that you would just openly want to say. But, it's always in my mind. As much as I like
what they say, what number?
So right off rip, he's talking about it, but he's not proud of it. He's like, yeah, I had one. She brought it up. Ladies, don't ever do that. There's no need to bring up body count. And if they corner you, lie like a politician. Lie and change the way you move if you're trying to be with this guy. The problem is we look at more than, I don't need to ask you your body count. I'm paying attention to the way you move. Like I said at the top of the show, who you with, the way you move, how you act, how many people know you, right? How vast is your reputation? I'm looking at stuff like that. I want a woman that no one knows. Like we go to all the hot spots in whatever city, no one knows her. We go to all the big cities in the country, no one knows her. We go to like the exclusive mansion parties and exclusive, parties and whatnot. No one knows her. That's the woman I want.
I just don't know what number.
It was a ballpark figure.
Oh no!
Right?
Ballpark. How do you lose count?
Yeah, it was a ballpark figure.
So add 20% onto whatever she said.
It was a ballpark figure of close to 3 figures.
3 figures. She admitted to ballpark. I'm close to 3 figures. I'm close to. That means she's well into it. Well into it, y'all. And the reason I'm having this show is, y'all know what I like to do, man. This is something that we need to lock into. We need to lock into the old
tank. Arch. Nothing gets past the old think tank. nothing.
right?
Think tank.
Lock it in the old think tank. Let's think about it. Both sides, both genders. Think about it. Weigh it properly. He's still thinking about it. This man in the video, as he's talking about it, and it was in his past, he's still thinking about it.
Shut up.
Man said ballpark.
Wait,
as
sorry.
well.
I
How old
applaud
was
that
she?
honesty.
32.
32.
You got to applaud that honesty, because who the hell's going to tell you that? I
Nah,
applaud that
bro.
honesty.
Yeah, nah, Ross.
Because, wow.
She's taking the
She
piss.
was having a hot girl summer.
Hot girl summer. Hot girl,
yeah.
Hot girl decade.
You know what I mean?
Bro.
Hot girl.
Which is crazy. Miss AKA lady was like 3 figures. She was a porn star. Nope. She was just out there getting it. Hot girl. Hot girl. It's really easy, Miss AKA lady, sister. Honestly, you're an attractive woman. If you wanted to go out twice a week and have sex with random men, different men, could you do it? I'm not saying that you do it. I'm not suggesting that you do. The question is, could you do it? Sister Tia, if you're still here, same question to you. You're a happily married woman. You're an attractive woman. If you wanted to. In fact, won't you give me a number? If you wanted to, how many men could you sleep with? How many different men could you sleep with in a 7-day period? If you wanted to. Right? Easily one a night. If you wanted to. For beautiful, I mean, that's how I look at it. Easily. So, 3 figures. If you're a halfway decent looking woman, you can rack that up. Easy. Easy. You can rack that up in less than a year. And straight up. You know what I mean? Easy. Let's continue to see what he had to say.
Decade. Crazy.
Hot girl, that's like a.
And that was the end of the video. It was just a clip.
What up, guys? Welcome to the Just
trying to-
Pearly.
There we go. I was trying to stop it. It was just a clip. But again, it's real easy for women to get sex. This is why women control who gets the Foxy Brown and men control who gets the relationship. This is why. This is the balance counterbalance. This is the yin to the yang. This is why it's like that. Right? It's easy. The male sex drive is insane. Absolutely insane. So if dudes wanted to go out and smash every night, he would. He absolutely would. Same woman, different women, doesn't matter. He would absolutely do it. So there was one other thing I wanted to throw on here. And let me find that. Let me find this one last thing I saw on YouTube. And it was crazy. I ain't gonna lie, it's crazy. Act Ozzy, 10 a year for a decade. You do more than that. I'm not around any men, but if I wanted to go out, meet, and hook up, I could every night. Not to sound special or anything. That's real talk. Every single night. You could do 2, 3 a night if you wanted to. I've met women who've done that, and they weren't in the sex business at all. They was just out there. Most of the time, they were mad at a boyfriend or ex-boyfriend. They were trying to get even. Go out there and smash 3 random dudes in one night. Not at the same time, though. At least he didn't get a train ran on her. But just sit there and like, I'm going to go out here. I'm going to smash this dude. I'm going to smash that dude. Watch, my boyfriend's going to be mad. He's already gone. And all you're doing is making it, you're putting yourself in a situation where it's impossible to get him back. Because all you're going to do is smash him when you come back. Miss AKA lady, yes, I could. Yes, I could be real. Yes, I could be real talk. That type of life ain't attractive. That would affect how I feel about myself. And my last name belongs to my family. I can't be trashing my family's name. Real talk. But the point is, it's easy to do for women. It's easy to do. You take somebody like Andrew Tate or Fresh or Dan Bilzerian or any guy. You take any guy, right? There's no guarantee that he can just go out and smash. There's no guarantee. There's absolutely no guarantee he can do that. With all the money, with all the cars, with all the flash, being handsome, being in shape, all that, there is no guarantee that you're gonna get a chick to come home with you that night. It is hard. You know what I mean? Like when people see me back in my day when I was really in the streets like that, and I go into a spot and bring a chick out, they thought it was they thought I was David Copperfield, bro. Like that was a magic trick. Like that wasn't me, that was her, man. It's not what I said, it's what I didn't say. I shut my damn mouth. Right? I let her get me. You know what I mean? That's one of the things I be talking about. Dudes be getting in their way. I'm gonna do a show about that too, man. I'm gonna do a show about getting out there on the hunt. Dudes be getting in their own way. But it's really difficult. It's not some shit like I go out every night I was gonna get a chick. Hell no. Hell no. Those stories are the best stories. And because it didn't happen that often. And when it did, it was like, woo. I know dudes who would go out and was trying to pay for it and couldn't get a chick. They were trying to literally pay prostitutes to come home with them and they couldn't do it. The weirdo factor was way high. When a chick is like, nah, I don't want your money. Right? But again, it just goes to my point. It's really difficult for men to get sexual access for women. You know, brother, Dr. B, I would even say that most men probably haven't been with more than 10 women ever. Bro, real talk. Real talk. You know what I mean? That's real talk, man. Because it is that difficult. Now, you got to break it down into cohorts, right? You got to break it down into different tribes. The cats that I roll with were good at womanizing. So, yeah, the dudes in my circles definitely higher than that number. Definitely. You know what I mean? But the average guy, nah, hell no. I mean, it probably you're right, 10 or less. And a lot of the research, bears that out. Men between, the ages of 18 and 30, 18 and 35 are either virgins or have very limited sexual access, like maybe one sexual partner for the year. Think about that. You know what I'm saying? Brother Roz, so DL, what's a high body count in general? I know you're not an expert, so just want to know your opinion. I don't have an opinion on body count. Like, and I can't speak. You're right. I'm no expert. So this will have to be a personal thing. Body count doesn't matter to me unless you bring it up to me or unless it's demonstrated to me by your actions. So I'll tell you this story. There's a beautiful woman that I know. Beautiful. She's a little bit older. She doesn't look her age, right? She's an exotic. She's a dancer. She's a stripper. Let's keep it 100. Beautiful. Now I know, based on her past, she's a stripper. She's been a stripper, a professional stripper, probably for 20 years. Based on her past, she has to have a high body count. Now, does that mean a high body count to me? A higher body count than the average. Let's say the average is 10, and that's really, really, really low, right? But let's say the average is 10. I can't even say that. Let's say that, let me put it a different way. Let me think this one through. Let's say 10 is the magic number. Let's say above 10, like the article was saying, above 10, I'm not really trying to take you serious for a serious relationship. Let's say 10's that number, right? This woman would have to have more than that based on what she's been doing for the past 15, 20, 25 years, how long she's been doing it, right? But one of the most beautiful women I've ever been around. And when I say she's physically beautiful, emotionally stable for what she's doing, she is extremely feminine and her game is strong. This is the type of woman that you can take with you anywhere. You can take her to some hood shit and she's gonna move like royalty, or you can take her to the White House and she's gonna move like royalty, right? But here's the thing. I know that her body count is way north of 10. I know it. Right? I know it. You've been in the sex business for so long. I'm sure at some point early in your career that you had sex for money. You're in the sex business, right? These women who are in that business, they might find themselves in a situation where they need bread. Like, you know what? I need $3,000, $2,500. You know what I mean? $5,000 or something like that, right? And they know they can get it, but your simps might not have that kind of bread, right? So you're gonna have to go to the dudes who got game, the top tier guys. Now, top tier guy, he'll give you the money, but you know what he wants for that money. So that's another aspect to it, bro. She having sex for money. Now, having said all that, I'll still take her on my arm if I'm going to some sort of event and I need a beautiful woman by my side, hell yeah, I'll bring her. I'll take her shopping. We got to buy you an outfit for this event. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? Or pay her outright. You know what I mean? Here go $1,500, man. I need you to come to this event with me. Whatever. Have her on my arm. Kind of like what Kevin Samuel was saying when you would bring cowgirls to things, right? I would do that. But would I ever take her serious in a long-term relationship? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Would I blow her back out if she let me? Hell to the yeah. All day, all night. All day, all night. Soon as she come in the house, get them clothes off, man, I turn this music on. We smashing the dance hall all night. That you know what I mean? Yeah, I ain't putting on no R. Kelly and no Jodeci. I'm putting on that. So, but you know what I mean? So I guess to answer your question, man, what's too high? I would say anything above 10, which is most women, I'm gonna be like, I can't be serious with you. But how would I know that number if they don't tell me? You know what I mean? And so it all boils down to their actions and stuff like that. But you never really know what you're getting, my brother. You never really know. Dr. B, remember the best pickup artists in the world only close 10% of the women that they talk to. That's real talk. That is real. That is so true. That is so true. You know what I mean? Miss AKA is talking to Dr. B. You know what's funny? I just learned that men aren't getting it like that. I thought most men had at least 50 plus under their belt. No, but most women do. And there it is right there, Miss AKA lady. There it is right there. Most women do. And those women are smashing the top tier guys. And it goes back to that statement. Most, if not all women, are chasing the top 20% of men. And those dudes are getting it. Those dudes are getting it. And Dr. B is like right on that. Yeah, and brother act like not the soundtrack. Yeah, bro. Gotta hit that dance out because that's gonna be some fire, more fire. You feel me? She bad as hell. Yeah, I love spending time with this woman, but I can never be serious with her. So I gotta keep my emotions in check. It's easy to fall for a beautiful woman, even when you know her history. This is what dudes do. This is why that term simp came around, man. They're simpletons. They fall for it. I ain't mad at them. But boy, they fall hard and they wind up, they wind up getting burned in more ways than one. So I found this video and I want to watch this video and then I'm gonna have to go because I'm gonna have to leave in about 15 minutes or so. I gotta go get my little girl. Then I gotta go take her to get tacos because she's been doing good in school and that's her favorite. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it was. So this is from Cut. This is Lineup. And I guess this channel, they do a bunch of lineups and they bring women on. So in this particular episode, they have a woman who has to decide from a group of other women what their body counts are. And the body counts are written down on a piece of paper that they can hang around the woman's neck. It's kind of funny, kind of like what Andrew Tate was saying, you wear your body count on your forehead or around your neck. But the woman has to, ask a few questions. And the whole purpose of this exercise is to say, hey, can you figure out a person's body count by just, looking at them and talking to them? So, and I'm gonna play a little bit of this. Let's get into it.
Hi, I'm Annie.
I'm Felicia. I'm Evie.
So those are the three that are gonna be deciding body counts. And then the women, here are the women that they gotta talk to, right? And here are the numbers.
Caroline N. Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Hello.
Oh, this is.
Let's go back one so you can see the numbers. Oh crap! I swear I'm gonna get better at this one day, y'all. There it is. So one of the women, these numbers are representative of the women that are there. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think it's 8 women there, right? One of them has a 0. One of them's a virgin. One's had one body. There's someone with 3, 9, 17, 26, 43, and 60. Now these women have to decide which numbers match up with which one with the corresponding woman.
Hello.
And there are the girls.
Hi.
Hi. How are you? I'm good.
So she's gonna ask her a couple questions and whatever. Ask her some silly stuff. Maybe ask her to do some stuff. And she's trying to determine, what's her body count.
Natalie.
So, what is your relationship with sex?
I am in therapy once a week and we talk about it a lot.
Boy, is that a red flag? I'm in therapy once a week for sex. That could be good or bad.
Right on. Okay.
Can I see your best like twerk? Do I look like I can twerk? I just want to see if that thing is thangin'. Oh, okay.
That's crazy. He's like, I already know who the two higher body counts are. Yo, Dr. B, if you've seen this, if not, yo, let us know if you were correct, because they're gonna reveal all their body counts here at the end. You know what I mean? Act Isaac saying the average body count is 19.9. I think he's talking about for females, the average female body count is 19.9. I don't know, man. I'm gonna have to see some numbers on that. I'm not calling you a liar, brother. You know what I'm saying? But I want to see the numbers, because damn, that's hot.
Are you in a relationship?
No, so the last 5 years I've been single for 4.5. Can you can you give me like a little purr? Or...
So as you can see, these women were doing just different things. Here's another woman.
The tattoos, you look a little dangerous here.
You think she looks dangerous?
Well, like, you know, like on the wild side, kind of dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Like, look like you're like willing to experiment on some things.
What kind of things
That woman needs for you look like a hoe.
turn you on?
If I'm sleeping with a guy, probably more like dominance, but if I'm sleeping with a girl, more like submission most of the time.
Off rip, you smash all genders, take on all takers. That's crazy. And there's one part, you gotta look at this part right here.
Best stripper move. If there was like an invisible pole here. You want me to hold you? Ooh, she got it. See?
Right. She want that dance hall music too. She's talking about he's talking about for the group. All right, that's what's up. Hey, I can rock with that. Yeah, for the group. He did the math. We got smart people on this chat in this room. So as you can see, they just kind of ask these women some questions, interact with them.
No longer a possibility. 1 year sober.
Congrats.
Yeah.
Do you feel like your sobriety hasn't had an impact on having sex?
Yeah, I make better choices.
28. You get.
So as it goes on, you see this first woman here, this sister right here says she has the body count of 2. The stripper girl body count of 17. So as they just bring these women out, and then they give them the number that they think that they are.
Kinky, but not maybe with everybody.
You like to stand out.
I do.
I know. A 46.
I am gonna guess 28 because you were a party girl.
I will take it humbly.
Thank you.
Hello.
This one right here.
Hello, how are you? Good, how are you?
Okay, for the chat. This is the one right here. Watch this part closely when they interview her, ask her questions. This is the one I would like to see you guys guess. Put your number in the chat, what you think her body count is. I forget the numbers that were out there, but just, make up your own number. But I forget the numbers that are out there. I know it was like 0, 1, 17, 3, 28, 40 something, 6. I think 46 was the highest one, 28. But for this one right here, let's listen to what she says, how she acts, and then give us a number of what you think.
Were you in drama in high school?
I was.
Oh, okay. I feel like drama people are freaks. So. Like freaks, like sex freaks, not.
Oh, you look like a dominatrix. You look like you could be one. Do you know how to do the splits? Don't rip your pants though, please.
Hey now.
Oh, okay.
Hey now.
We're gonna clap for that. To me, those splits say that you're flexible, and men like flexibility. Also, women like flexibility.
Do you consider yourself a horny person?
Yeah.
How often do you masturbate?
Lately, every day. But do you like the?
Damn, I wish I could ask those kind of questions. Boy, I wish I could ask those kind of questions when I walk up on people.
Just these hands.
I can't do the hands. It just doesn't work for me, no. Because I feel like it's just myself. I gotta
Yeah, the redhead definitely has a uniform on.
make it feel like it's somebody else. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just can't. Yeah.
Make out with your hands.
Hey.
She's
Hey, did you see the chicks come in? Winner, chicken dinner. I'm just saying, what number y'all think she is, y'all?
Number 46 for that really freaky deaky little thing she just did.
I think I'm gonna give you a 9.
Why?
You're confident and you're like chill, but maybe you're not that open about sex. Like slight guardedness from you. Thank you. Thank you. How
Look at Ms. AK. Don't try to make flexibility horse. Hey, it's not. It's that is a plus in my book. So are you saying that you are flexible, sister, Miss AKA lady? Are you flexible?
Holla, 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 holla.
I'm just saying. Brother Ross was like 10 to 15. You know what I mean? Yeah. Dr. B is saying Tricky may be in the teens. Okay.
How old are you?
I'm 25.
Are you a horny gal?
Yeah, some days.
Okay.
Ooh.
Like, do you feel comfortable being naked around people?
Yeah, I mean, it probably depends on the person.
Sure.
How long I've known them.
Do you drink?
Cider is my preferred, but I don't do more than 3 ciders in a night.
You're
Hey.
a virgin.
Do you watch porn?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got a round of applause. We got some fans in the room.
All right. You seem really confident and sexually liberated, and so I am going to assign you 46.
I think you're a
Ooh.
virgin.
All right.
46. So, and here's one. This woman right here. This woman and the one behind her, the Asian one. Let's listen to that little part real quick, and then we'll jump to the end.
Do you masturbate a lot?
Not really, because I live with my boyfriend.
Are you flexible? Can you
No.
splits? You're a one. Yeah, I feel like you're dedicated.
I have one question to ask you. What's the wettest ocean?
Mine.
9. Here you go.
Thank you.
What's the wettest ocean? Mine. What did she just say, y'all? I'm a squirter. That's what she just said. I am a squirter. What's the wettest ocean? Mine. Oh my God. That's the wonderful 34 who just joined us in the house, man. We talking about body counts, yo. Talking about body counts. Miss AKA 46. I would have immediately slapped her. You wouldn't be there, girl.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
What's your name?
I'm Sam.
But the crazy thing is someone there has 46 bodies. Someone on this screen has 46 bodies. I'm just trying to jump to the the Asian lady. I think she might be Thai or Thai-ish. We can just, here she is.
Okay.
So, and I have been for the past almost 4 years.
So,
Very attractive woman.
Like, I mean, I'm in a relationship now.
okay.
So, and I have been for the past almost.
See, I knew this one. I knew this one.
I ain't gonna lie to you. This is a very attractive woman.
One.
She's very cute. She's petite. Like she's fit. She seems a little bit shy. I'm actually surprised that she's on this show. But wow, that's crazy. I think that anyway, let's listen to what she had to say.
One.
One. What did I give you?
60.
Oh, I did give you 60. Oh, I was like.
So we've gotten to where we've kind of delved into the part at the end. They're actually wearing their real
Would be at 0 at this point.
Their
in my
body
life,
counts.
And it has been built up by myself and by others in my life.
Yeah.
I'm nervous that it's not going to live up to the.
So they're wearing their actually body counts now, right? Now they're wearing their body counts. So this is the version right here. Little shorty who was in the sex therapy, she has 60 bodies. The stripper has 46. The one in the 304 uniform, 17. The Asian one, right? The mixed sister here, she has a body count of 9. The girl next door over here, 28. And let's see if we can get a peek at little shorty that was behind. Yeah, here we go.
You never went through like a little hoe phase? No? What, 2 people?
Her body count was 2. Right? So her body count was 2. That's the one I asked you, like, what do you think her body count is? Her body count was actually 2. And then the Asian one was I think hers was 1. So you had 0. The thick white girl was 0. The Asian lady was 1. And then the one who did the splits right here, she was 2. Everyone else was up there. Like it was crazy. And the fact that women would tell the truth, but I mean, look at this young girl right here, 60 bodies, no tattoos. She's dressed like the girl next door. 60 bodies, 60. That's insane. And then the girl who has 0, this one right here, she's a virgin, and she's trying to get sex. There has to be something going on with her, you know. And I think what it is, the guys that she want to have sex with don't want to have sex with her. She's gunning for the dudes at the top, like everybody else. She's gunning for the dudes at the top, and the dudes at the top is just like, nah, I'd rather smash the girl over here with the red hair or this girl over here, plain Jane over here with 60 bodies before. Because look at all the choices out here. There's some beautiful women up there. Right? That is crazy. You know what I mean? And Dr. B was talking to Miss AK, hey lady, like depends, but typically women who sleep around a lot tend to travel alone. That is true. It has the dirt they do behind closed doors. That's absolutely true. I missed the other questions, but yeah, when I've come up, especially in my later years, you know, between like when I hit my late 30s through my 40s, yeah, the women that I would come up on where they were by themselves. They like to go out by themselves. They like to travel alone. Yeah, those women, because they know what they're gonna do. And they, again, there's a stigma. They don't want to be labeled, you know, a 304. No one wants to be labeled a 304, whether they are or not. You know what I mean? But these are the things that the dudes that know how to hunt, these are the things that you look for. These are the things. You know, you're like, I want to see the real answers. Apparently these, like the numbers we're looking at right here, apparently these are the numbers, they're real numbers. These, you know, this is what they're.
Yeah, I guess so.
How old are you?
It's what they are.
Oh, what are you waiting for? Not saving myself for marriage or anything, waiting for it to happen, but it hasn't yet.
What do you think about that?
I think that she has a very loyal toy at home. Amen to that.
Do you feel like you're kind of building it up and like because you haven't, that you want it to be like with someone special, or do you kind of just want to get it out of the way?
I'm definitely not the person who I would have thought would be at 0 at this point in my life. And it has been built up by myself and by others in my life.
Yeah.
I'm nervous that it's not going to live up to the hype.
Right. Yeah. Well, it won't.
You know, what's crazy too is like they're sitting here talking about it, and this is women talking to women. This is why guys, you know, we tell dudes like the manosphere tell dudes not to really listen to women and like, you know, female dating advice and all that kind of stuff, because women don't want people to feel bad, right? Producers pretty much tell you what the real deal is. So we'll flip this a little bit, right? We could pretty much see all these women. We saw the one in black who's behind the principal here, who had a body count of 2. But right now, this woman right here is probably valued the highest by most men. The only problem is she has a few extra pounds. Literally, if she lost, Dr. B, how much weight would she have to lose to be considered fit? You know what I mean? I'm thinking maybe 15, 20 pounds to be considered fit. If she were to do that, tighten up her diet, hit the gym a little bit, do her hair a little bit, you know what I mean? She don't really need makeup, just kind of get her body together, and she's a virgin, she can have any man she wanted. She can have any man she wanted. The problem is dudes won't believe that she's a virgin. Right? And like ladies said, and Dr. B was like, yeah, about 20 pounds. Yeah, about 20 pounds, she'll be back. She'll be back. Like, so if she dropped the weight, right, she got fit, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not a big fan of makeup, but people say makeup. I don't think she needs makeup. You know, just kind of be a little more creative with her hair. You know what I mean? Dress a little more, you know, seductively a little bit. You know, just like show the goods off after she loses the weight. She can have the guys that she wants. Those guys that she wants will be after her. And then when the dude realizes she's a virgin, like when the dude's like, oh my God, like she really is pure like that, she'll probably get married. Like that guy will probably want to marry her. That's real talk, ladies. Body count is that serious, right? This chick over here with 60, she's never going to have the odds of her having a successful relationship are almost zero. Almost zero. Right. And yeah, she's in counseling to get help or whatever and all that. But I'm sorry. If some dude stumbles across this shit, like I want to marry you, and find out she has 60 bodies as of whenever this shit was made, that's it. She kicked to the curb. Kicked to the curb. 46, 17, like even 17, like you would think that she's the one with 60. 28 over here. 28 bodies. Like, you know, you got 0, 1, 2 is over here, is behind the principal. Again, she's behind the principal. I'm trying to get a look at her. You know.
Right now I've had ETI, so it's
Hold on.
Yeah,
I'm trying to get us a shot of the one with there's a shot right there. So right back here, she's 2. Right? So the body count of 0, the body count of 1, the body count of 2. Those are the top tier women. Women are always asking like, well, you know, what makes me a high value woman? The money, you know what I mean? The BBLs, You know what I mean? I'm a bad babe. No, that right there, body count. Body count. Your dudes watching this right now, like, yo, she's got a body count of 2. She's single. They trying to get a hold of her. Man, how can I get, man, what's her name? What's her Instagram? I need to get a hold of her. Dudes are they'll break their back to get to shorty. They'll break their back. And when they get in there trying to smash and she's like, no, I don't want to, they'll respect that. Because they're like, I want to be your man. He wants to be the one. I'm telling you, y'all, it's all about body count when it comes to for women. And I don't know if that sounds bad.
Dive in.
You know what I mean? I don't know.
How do you feel?
Like little shorty right here, fine as hell. 9. That's why I have my number at 10. If I met her like, okay, she's 9, I'll be number 10. All right, I'll give it a shot. But again, I would never believe she had that many bodies. Like I said, I don't think any woman's a virgin. I don't think I've ever met a virgin in public, a grown up that's a virgin. I don't think I ever met one. You know what I mean? So like her, I would be shocked. Like, man, body count of 9, but she a squirter? I don't care. And again, if she's already fit, right? She's feminine, definitely to an extent. You know what I mean? And if she's pleasant, if she's friendly, it's a wrap. I don't even care. I don't care about the body count, right? Again, this woman was 60, not to beat up on her, but 60, she gonna have episodes, bro. It's gonna come out. She's gonna have episodes. Whatever was on her mind to make her sleep with 60 random dudes, that shit's gonna resurface at some point. So it's a certain type of guy, like you get a lower tier guy will wife her up in an instant. Look at her. She looks like Molly the Homemaker. She's got on pearls. You know what I mean? Dr. B, like I've literally known one female version in the past 10 years and we've met many, many women. Wow. And I've met many, many women. Wow. Act Ozzy 9 before the body count converter. Yeah. You know what I mean? But I mean, she's fine. I ain't gonna lie to you. She's fine. I'm not, like people ask me like, what are you into, man? You like white girls, black girls, you like Asians, you like Latins. I mean, I tend to talk to exotic women, be it Latina, you know what I mean? Be it Asian, be it black, be it whatever. You know what I mean? You can be an exotic woman and be from Spain and look as white as white. You know what I mean? Like white as Snow White. I don't really, it doesn't really bother me that I don't care. I just want a beautiful woman. Right? That's how I rock with it. But body counts do matter, man. Like this woman right here definitely could have a relationship with. Number 9 can have a relationship with. You know what I mean? Number 2 definitely have a relationship with. But, right there, this is number 2. Definitely have a relationship with her. You know what I mean? But, 28, 17, 46, 60. I mean, boy, if you sound like a cadence, you know what I mean? Like, we about to start the play. That's just too many. So that's just it. I got to run it. I just got to run it in the background now. But those were their real numbers. I just looked at the clock. I got to go get my daughter. Dr. B, that 60 body count girl is deceiving unless you see what she does in real life. And that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about away from the cameras in real life. You can't cover that up. I think it's real hard. Now, if you're, ladies, if you're out there, you got a high body count and you really good at covering it up, good for you. Just keep doing that. Don't ever let that out. Good for you. Right? But high body counts are bad if you're looking for a committed relationship. And we just read the studies that show the higher your body count, the more likely you're going to be unhappy in your relationship. The lower the body count, the more likely you're going to be happy in your relationship and it's going to last. And it also said in our report that this body count thing doesn't affect men the same way as it affects women. It's just a thing. Dr. B, that 17 body count girl was really obvious. Yeah. Yeah. You know what I mean? She was obvious. Like, you knew that was a high body count. You know what I mean? 17, 27, 47 didn't matter. You know what I mean? You miss vacation. Like, y'all have a good evening. Yeah, I got to go. Y'all have a good evening. I'm out of here. Thanks to everybody who was in here. This was fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will be back tomorrow at 2:00. I got Mandrell. We're going to be talking about our military experiences, our separate military. He was a Green Beret. I was a paratrooper. It's going to be a good talk. We're going to be talking about relationships as well. And then tomorrow evening, I'm going to be talking about Andrew Tate. I have a scheduled Andrew Tate show I'm going to be doing. So thanks to everybody. Kid, TT, thank you. Thank you, Tia, Miss AKA Lady, Dr. B. Thanks so much, brother. Act Ozzy was in the house. Thank you. Wonderful 34 popped in here. Appreciate that. Brother Roz is in the house, man. Appreciate that. Coming through support, man. I got my day once, man. I'm getting close. I can't wait till I can make, mod y'all up. Brother Roman even popped in for a hot second. Appreciate you, bro. You know what I mean? This was a fun show. So yeah, I gotta go. You know what I mean? Thank y'all so much for coming through. I'll see y'all later, man. I'm DL Saint. This is the DL Saint I Really Want to Know podcast. I'll talk to y'all later.
Darn, that's the end.